In this video, I will explain how to set up a MongoDB database on the cloud using MongoDB Atlas. Make sure to watch to the end. I will be showing you an easy way to connect a client to your database. So what is MongoDB Atlas? MongoDB Atlas is a platform that provides a set of tools that make it simple for you to host and manage your data on the cloud. Let's go ahead to set up one. First, you want to create an account, which I already did. So I'm just going to log in here. So follow through the process of creating an account. When you log in, we're going to have an organization. Inside an organization, you're going to have projects. And inside projects, you can have multiple databases. But to actually have a database, you need to deploy a cluster, computers in the cloud where your database is going to be running. Now, on the projects, you're going to create a new project. I'm going to call this test project. Click on create project, and then you need to create a deployment. There are a couple of options here. We're going to stick with the free version. It defaults to AWS, but you have other providers which you can select here. I wouldn't worry about that. And you can create a cluster here. I'm going to call it test cluster and click on create. You can see here that the cluster is provisioning. Now my cluster has finished provisioning. For security reasons, you need to provide IPs of where connections or clients are going to be querying your database. So for now, I'm just going to add my current IP address. And once that is added, we also need to have access, like username and a password. So your client will be connecting, right, via username and password. I'm just going to put test here and then click on create user. You're going to click on finish and close and then go to overview. Okay. Now we have a database deployment and there are other things we can do. We can add data. We can do a bunch of stuff. There's a button here for connect. Now, when you click on this, it's going to provide you options of clients where you can access your database from. There is a new plugin that MongoDB recently released that makes it easy for you to access your MongoDB directly from Visual Studio Code environment. So I'm going to click on this and then it's going to show you the details. So let's go to Visual Studio Code. I'm going to show you how to download the extension and then access your cluster from there. To download an extension, you need to come here to extensions. You're going to type MongoDB and this is the extension. Once you install, you're going to be able to create a playground. Press Command Option P, type in create MongoDB playground. You can do this option or you can also connect with connection string. Either option will work, but I'm going to just do connect with connection string. Now, if you go back to MongoDB, you have the connection string here. Paste that here. My username is test and my password is test. And I'm going to press enter. Now you see here, MongoDB connected successfully. You can see the connection here. So now we're connected to our test cluster. Now, by default, this is our boilerplate code that is written for us. You can change all of this code. So if you go back here, let's go to database and browse collections. You see that right now I have no database. I'm going to leave it the same way. So it's going to create that for me. And then it's going to create a collection. So database collection, and it's going to insert all this data into the collection. And then there's a query here. And yeah, we're going to console.log that. So now I'm going to go ahead and run this. We can run or execute this with this button. All these queries got executed. If I refresh, I should have a database and I should have a collection created. Yeah, so this is my database and then this is my collection. And in the collection, we have a bunch of documents. So now you know how to play or how to create your own MongoDB Atlas and start experimenting with MongoDB. Also, you can see directly here, you can query for documents. So if I want to query for any document that has quantity 5, I'm just going to say quantity 5 here. And then I can apply that. Yep, and you see, these are the only documents that have quantity 5. So you can also apply queries directly here. I'm going to stop here. If this has provided any value to you, please go ahead and like and also subscribe for more.